I just checked on my name.
I already checked out the Sonya.
Oh yeah, I checked that, but you want me to write the names?
Yeah, that's why anybody just like something you can take notes with or anything. You got one notebook.
Yeah, I got a notebook.
You see me what you need me to do.
That's up.
I look good.
You're live too. Yeah, that's good. Talk a little bit to see if they can hear you.
Testing 1, 2. Can y'all hear me out there? Yes. Anybody on there already? Can y'all hear me? I talk kind of soft too. I ain't soft, but I talk kind of soft. Don't get twisted now.
No, that was good. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna start, and then whoever come in can come in. I think now you got me like that. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay because I think I smoked. Earlier I smoked us out, but I think I went overboard. Now it's like, oh, you know what I mean? I think I went too far. Hey.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Hey, you already, you can check your name on here?
Okay.
You look like your name was a toy.
No.
Alicia?
Yeah.
Well, you can pass for as a toy. That's not my name, not my name. That's it. You know? Hey, people do that.
Don't cross that line.
Don't cross.
Yeah, don't cross that
I'm
line.
gonna do my best now. I ain't gonna look damn. Alright. Why? Cause I'll be too close. I'll look like I'm too close.
Yeah,
I'll be in. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start at 7. I know I don't. Blackish. Yeah. That's doing pretty good. You get about 10 minutes something now you're being too niggerish. But I'm gonna try to be on good time. Cause y'all got things y'all might want to do, but I appreciate that y'all even took the time to come out, to hear me talk, but also to help yourself. At the end of the day, that's what you really hear. You hear for yourself. You want to improve your health, especially what's going on in the climate that we're in right now. Health is like the biggest. It should be. It should be now, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't see it. Sometimes I don't believe them. Why? Because if we're in the middle of the pandemic, right? But you can see McDonald's and Bojangles and Chick-fil-A. You see these lines wrapped around the building. We ain't doing something. We ain't doing right. I think we missed the memo. Something we ain't doing right. So I think we think because we got the vaccine or we wearing a mask now and all these things, which is that's what you want to do. Whatever. No judgment here, but they missed the part about teaching you about how to maintain and prevent, any type of illnesses and sicknesses. Because I never seen this many. I haven't seen. Think about it. How many you ain't seen it before the pandemic? You ain't seen no lines wrapped around Krispy Kreme and all, not like that. You know what I mean? But it seemed like once it hit, it got crazier. So it's like, hold on, something ain't right now. Something ain't clicking right. So I decided, and we've been doing this for a couple of years now, doing a sacred health class, to teach the community, help the community how to prevent sicknesses and illnesses. All right. So those that don't know me, my name is Khet Waas Hutip. I'm a master herbalist and certified holistic nutritionist, and I studied under the teachings of Dr. Laida Africa. That is my master teacher. So praise be upon him as he's on the other side now. Me and his other students, hundreds of his students, carrying the torch, carry the torch into help that hope, in the hopes that we can make a difference in our community as melanated people, African people. All right, because one thing about us is we tend to neglect health. You know, we got spiritual part down pat. We got Jesus and Allah and y'all. We got all that down pat. But when it comes to health, we tend to neglect that. All right, so what we need now is to bridge that gap and bring back some awareness and balance, to make ourselves whole again. All right, that is what holistic health is all about, making one whole again. Um, and that's healing. Hey, how y'all doing? You all right? Hey, how you? All right. So the topic of this class, as y'all probably already see, there's some seats up in front too. I ain't gonna kick nobody or nothing. I promise I ain't. And these ones got the black ones. See, I was trying to be.
I thought nobody could have sit in these ones.
No, them the VIP seats. You see, that's VIP right there, man. Ain't nobody want them seats. See, that's how I get y'all. You know how black people go. We go straight to the back. It's all psychological, you know what I mean? So this is my job to help us get out of this psychological stuff that we did that at school too. You go straight to the, you don't learn nothing. I ain't want to learn. I just sit in the back, But, it's okay. So yeah, them VIP seats. Now, I know nothing come with it, but it's just, you just get to sit there and you look pretty, all right? So the topic that we named this class was New Year, New You. But for real though, all right? Because we do this every year, don't we? It's this year, I'm gonna be on it this year. Hey, how are you? This is VIP. So I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? And we genuinely probably want to. We genuinely want to, but what we lack is planning. We lack the plan. We don't even write down the goal that we have intended. We just say, I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna change my health. But we don't never actually write down our goals or even think about the plan that we want to actually execute it. You see, and so that's where we fail. So I said, I'm gonna do my best to just write out a plan and say, hey, this is what you want to do. You want to do this, 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 this. That's a clear path to health. All right. So this is what this class gonna be about today. All right. So I call this the 6 healers. All right.
You said healers or healers?
Healers. So you have 6 healers that exist in your life that we tend to neglect. But these 6 healers, if you adhere to these 6 healers, you will be on your way to optimum health. I can assure you this. All right? So we're going to talk about these 6 healers today. Starting with the first healer. The first healer you got We call this, I feel like it's a woman, but we call it water. Why I feel like it's a woman? Because why is it a woman? I don't know. I feel like water would be feminine or something because a woman tend to be emotional, right? But the water tends to be emotional too. It can go all over the place. One way it's going this way, the next minute it's going this way. You don't know what to think sometimes. Kind of liken it to women, right? Their emotions. But water is the number one healer. Why water? Because you come from water. This is a water planet. You can't do nothing without water. We call this planet Earth, right? And Earth, when you translate it, it means land. But the reality of it should be probably called planet water. The reality of it is because it's predominantly water. Since you come from this planet, water, you have the same makeup. Your body has the same makeup of this planet. Planet Earth got 75% water. Your body is made up of 75% water. You sat in your womb, well, your mother's womb, let's say that, for 9 months. Technically 12, but that might be enough time, right? So, but you sat, I don't know what you was doing, you was chilling, you was meditating, you was doing everything, right? But you was in water, you was surrounded by water. So what make us think when we come out of that womb that we wasn't going to need water? Look at your hands. If you do like this, you see like these little webs between your fingertips, your fingers. Everything about you is a water being. You're aquatic being by nature. If you don't get enough water, you get dehydrated. Then your scales start to show. We call that ashy, right? It's really your scales. You understand? So everything about you deals with water. You come from water. If you get dehydrated, already you already in a state of dying. Like basically your body telling you about to die. Like I've been trying to tell you to drink water because you got high blood pressure. You're tired. You got a headache. You got slow digestion. You're constipated. All of these are signs of dehydration. Dry lip. You know, all of these are signs of dehydration. So your body always gives you signals that, hey, I don't got no water in me. Okay? Water, we know water important. I can sit up here and talk about water just in one class. Just about water. You understand? We know water important, but why do we tend to neglect it? We don't know. Some people say, man, I don't like how water tastes. I done heard that. Man, water ain't got no taste. I done heard that. You know what I mean? I done heard all these different things of why they don't want enough water. I just don't like them. What do you mean you don't like water? Like, what's so hard about just drinking water? You right? And maybe it can be hard. So I just said, okay, I'm going to give a water schedule. A water schedule. This time, drink water at this time, this time, this time. This will at least make sure that you are getting an adequate amount of water. Not a lot of it's still not a lot, but it's just an adequate amount. I'm going to show you why. Now, think about it. You have water in you. Most of your blood is water too, right? You are under this moon, right? That controls tides of this planet. It controls your tides inside of you too. The sun in the daytime, it controls the water movement in your body too. You think because the sun is evaporating the water of the planet. It's evaporating your water inside of you too. That's why you gotta continuously drink some throughout the day to stay hydrated. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? What's the first atom or element on the periodic table? Hydrogen. One, hydrogen. You know that hydrogen, right? The lightest gas. But when we look at hydrogen, right? When we say hydrogen, we say hydro. We see hydro. Everybody know what hydro means, right? It means water. When we look at the word gen, gen just means birth. All right? Birth or origin, originate something, right? Generation. Right? So when we're looking at the birth of water, right? So nothing would exist without water. You need water. See? So I'm gonna give a quick and easy water schedule to say, hey, oh, let me drink water at this time. Oh, it's this time to drink water. All right. The first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, you should do what, y'all?
Drink water.
You should drink water. So usually about 9 o'clock time, 9 a.m. You drink your water. 9 a.m. Drink your glass of water. Simple, don't it? Okay. 9:30. Drink another glass of water. No, this is going. I'm gonna trick you, and a good way. So 9 a.m. you drink some water, chill out, whatever, do what you gotta do, because that's gonna help you eliminate. Because in the morning we all should be eliminating something. You should either be urinating or defecating in the morning, right? So that water is gonna help with the process of digestion. All right. So 9 a.m. to 9:30, you drink water. Just drink a glass. All right, or drink a cup. If you want to be fancy and drink a big one, that's good. That's better. 12 o'clock. Look at that. I done give you 3 hours. You ain't got to drink no more water in 3 hours. God, oh my God. It's killing me. 9 o'clock. Then I had to turn around 30 minutes later and drink another glass of water. You know? 12 noon. Drink another glass of water. 12:30. What we doing, y'all?
Drinking water.
Drinking another glass of water. Okay? How many glasses of water is so far? 4. That's 4 glasses of water already. You already ahead of the game. Look at that. See that something? You're gonna take another break. You can go ahead and get you some juice or something like that. I know we love our juice. You know what I mean? No soda though. Try to get off soda. Leave soda alone. Pepsi, use it to clean your battery or some coffee. You don't use it to, you're gonna kill your insides. All right? Guess what? 2 o'clock. Y'all already know what we're gonna do. And guess what? 2:30. You already know what you're gonna do. Y'all done drank 6 glasses of water and it's only at 2:30. I'm in the game. I'm pretty much winning because I'm like, damn, I didn't even know I could do this. This is easy than what I thought. Cat made some sense when he did this. He all right with me. He's okay. He like to talk and shit, but he all right. All right. So now we're already in the game. We're gonna do. I'm gonna start right here for a second, right? 4 o'clock. 4:30. Guess what, y'all? You done almost finished. You done drink all your water for the day. Now, technically, why I say technically? Because this is just a schedule to show you, hey, if you break it down like this, it won't seem like a job. All right? They say you drink 8 ounces of water a day, right? What is it? 8 cups of water a day. That's not true. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's better than what we do, but it ain't what you should technically be doing. Is you take your weight and you half that, and you drink that in ounces. So whatever you should drink, half your body weight in ounces. That's how much water you should drink per day. All right. Now, will this schedule make things a little easier? Yes. Now, think about it. It's already 4:30. You done drunk all your water, so technically, you can keep going in it. You can keep going. Now you know that it's kind of easy. So now, if I really want to go be fancy, I can do this again. All right, 6, and then 6:30. See? So that's all you got to do. But you could even go as far as setting a timer, alarm on your. And then I think they got apps like this now that remind you to drink water and stuff, right? But you can set a timer. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, time to drink my water. You see? So what is water going to do, though? Your brain sits in water. All right? So if your brain sits in water, if I got a headache, that means what? My brain ain't got no water in there. So that's really what's going on. This is what headaches is. That's all it is. It's just a signal that says, hey, you're not drinking enough water. I ain't drink water. How much you drink? I drink a bottle a day. Man, I ain't enough water. Get out my shop. I done had somebody ask me, and I hope she ain't looking at this, but I done had somebody ask me, what herb do I have for dehydration? You ain't got no herb for dehydration? I said, yeah, I do. I said, I sure do. And I said, hold on 1 second. Got my gallon of water, because I keep me a gallon of water. You know, I poured it in there. I said, drink that. I said, what it says? I said, you gotta drink it though. I said, ain't nasty enough. You be all right. She drink it. She drink it. He said, this tastes like water. I said, that ain't no water. Well, that's a special herb. That's a special herb right there. That ain't no water. It tastes like water, but it ain't water. You know. Real story. I hope she ain't looking. I swear. I see that. He talking about me. Yeah, I ain't saying that. I didn't say your name. So if we follow this schedule and you keep going, you'll make sure you're getting your water. Your water will help with keep your immune system boosted up. Right, because it's going to help flush out toxins that shouldn't be in the body. So it's going to help your white blood cells eat up the toxins. It's going to help with energy because it's going to help boost your red blood cells or your hemoglobins, right? That is going to help circulate throughout the body. And so you're going to get your energy. But it's also going to help with your blood pressure too, because your blood pressure is not going to be, your arteries won't be restricted. It'll be lubricated, if you want to say, right? So you'll be able to regulate your blood pressure as well. Men, you will last longer if you drink water too. But you will have more circulation and you better keep going. And then you're going to become sickening. You'll be like, you know, ain't no turning. So you know what I mean? Water going to keep you, you know what I'm saying, keep you going. You'll get that water in you, you know. I'll go home and be like, can't say you need it. You need water. Look at them, they coming in here. Hey, boy, you tell my wife she need to drink water? I just said drink water, brother. I ain't said nothing, you know. So we said headaches, blood pressure, immune system. It also helps with digestion, all right? So you should drink water at least 30 minutes or an hour before you eat. Don't drink and eat at the same time. That's going to slow digestion down. So either drink 30 minutes after you eat or drink 30 minutes before you eat. This is what's going to help with digestion. Thus, it's going to help with weight loss, right? A lot of people come in, hey, what you got for weight loss? What you got for weight loss? Are you got it for weight loss? A lot of the times, it's like, how much water you drinking? I mean, listen, most of us are carrying around 10 to 20 pounds of weight that's just sitting there. And simple water could push that out. You see? So water, that is the first healer. Why? Because we all emerged from water. That's why I figured I would make that the first one. Because that's the most important. It's important. The second healer, this is a good one because without this one, nothing would exist either. Sunlight. Sunlight. Sunlight is important. Why? Because it literally controls everything. Without the sunlight within 10 minutes, everything would die out just like that. The sun was blocked out. These fools actually were trying to block the sun out at one point in time. You ever heard that? But sunlight. Why? Because it controls what we call a circadian rhythm, all right? What is a circadian rhythm? Circadian rhythm is like a biological clock within you. It is what helps you wake up, go to sleep. Like, you understand what I'm saying? All of this is controlled by sun, the natural clock, the clock of nature. But not only that, sunlight, the sun itself, right, is what gives you most of your what we call vitamins, right? You already have vitamins inside of you already, but a lot of them are only really activated and secreted by interaction with sunlight. Okay? Let me show you this cool trick. A vitamin, all right? You got vitamin, but you got, I'm gonna write over here. Y'all got the schedule real quick here. So you got vitamin. Now, you may not know too much, but I'm gonna teach you very quick. I'm gonna learn you something real quick. In ancient Egypt, or what we call Kemet, right? The sun deity went by the name of Amen or Amun, right? And you've heard of Amen before. Because every religion says Amen after their prayer, right? I don't care. If Christians say Amen, the Muslims say Amin, Hebrew Israelites say Amen, right? So now, but this comes from the deity or the sun deity of ancient Kemet or Egypt, whatever name, but I like to say Kemet because it makes Amen. Or what they say Amen Ra, right? Or Amen Re, or Amun Re. All right? So we're going to say Amen. So Amen was the sun deity, the sun. This was his symbol. This was a circle around a dot. Basically, it could represent the solar system, but it also could mean that this dot, everything around that dot was created. You see what I'm saying? It's emanated from this one single point, and everything else spawned out and was brought into existence. Okay? So we call it Amun Ra. So we saw Amun Ra as the Most High, right? It symbolized the sun because we knew that without the sun, nothing would exist, all right? So we looked at it as, oh, this is the most high in the physical representation. This would be the most high. It makes sense? All right? Now, so we see Amen. Now, vital. You see it? Vital, or vital Amen, or vital Amen, right? Or the sun is vital. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make it real simple.
It makes sense.
So it's really telling you that the sun is the source of all your vitality. You understand? So without the sun, so get out into the sun. Don't be scared. I remember when, black people, especially black people now, we complain. You know what I mean? Well, hot. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Yeah, it's hot, but you can take it. You know you can take it. You just complain. Because when it cold, you're going to say, boy, you cold. You know what I'm saying? We just like to complain.
Right.
But the reality of it is, that is our source of energy. That is the source of energy. Even butterflies. You notice a butterfly when it gets out of the cocoon, it just sits with its wings out. Because butterflies actually have like solar panels on their wings. And what they get charged up by sunlight before they fly off. They don't fly off yet. They got to get charged up. You see? It's the same thing with you. Well, we have what is called melanin. But within your cells, you have what we call melanocytes. You can see these scales on your hand. Each of these little sacs, that is called a melanocyte. And this is what the sunlight hits and charges. It charges you up. It creates what we call hormone D, or what they call decalciferol, but it's called hormone D. I know you like hormone D. I heard of vitamin D, but I ain't heard of no hormone D. Well, scientifically speaking, decalciferol, or what we call in vitamin D, is not a vitamin. It's a hormone. Okay? It's already in you. But what happens is it gets secreted by interaction of sunlight. It helps with your cholesterol, and cholesterol helps create the hormone, what we call vitamin D, misnomer, right? But it's actually hormone D. Or we can call it vital D, whatever name makes sense to you, right? Without this hormone, your moods will be off, your immune system will be off. What else? Your sleep patterns also will be off as well. A lot of people that have real bad anxiety and real bad depression is because they lack vitamin D or hormone D, right? If they were to get their levels checked, they will see that they're deficient in that particular hormone, because that hormone, along with serotonin, y'all familiar with serotonin? Serotonin is also another hormone that controls one's moods. But that is also activated by the sunlight. That's why you feel better when you out in the sun, eh? Feel good when you out in the sun. But you feel like you charged up. You go in the city, or you got all these skyscrapers and they touching the sky and they blocking out the sun, and they got all this smog and they blocking out the sun. And you got to go on the ground because you got the subway and the trains and all this stuff. You never interact with the sun the whole time. But you go outside at night, and then you start getting more of a moon. You get moonlight though. You don't get sunlight, but you start getting moonlight. All right? We do that down here too though. We don't realize, we don't take advantage like we should. Because we wake up in the morning, it's usually still dark outside, right? When we go to work, then You go to lunch, but you eat lunch in the cafeteria, so you still don't go outside and eat your lunch. You eat your lunch in the break room or something like that. You get back in your car when you go home, and then, we uppity now, so we park in the garage. You know, you understand? So this whole day, you didn't even realize that you did not interact with the sun. None. All day. But you went out at night. But you go clubbing. You go to the club at night, and you getting all this moonlight, all this moon reflection. I know back in the day, in ancient times, and even still to this day, the moon, the ancient name for the moon is Luna. Right? Y'all see what I'm going with this here? So you wonder why a lot of us turn into lunatics? Because we get lunar light. We ain't getting no form of sunlight. So you're going crazy. You don't even know you're going crazy, but half the time you're going crazy because you just ain't getting down in the sunlight. But then your mind, you say, boy, you hot. But it ain't hot. You gotta get out there and get sunlight. Also, vitamin D also helps create a barrier around your cell membrane to make it more difficult for any type of viruses to enter. So a lot of times getting vitamin, or what we call vitamin D, but hormone D, could also been helping people with this pandemic or COVID, and all of these, whatever it is now, right? It was COVID, now it's Omicron, Decepticon, another con.
Exactly.
Y'all got that? Another con, y'all got that?
Yeah.
That was really cool. But to all these different cons, we don't even care no more at this point, right? We're calm now, like, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's just like, get your vitamin D, D3 or whatnot. Sunlight is the best way to get it. But if you can find a vegan supplement, vegan vitamin D or supplement, then, go for it. You know what I mean? But make sure you start to get your vitamin D inside you as well, okay? So sunlight. Y'all got questions? What's your question?
Okay, so my question about the sunlight, well, we don't have this problem, but I know in some areas of the world, sometimes they don't have like a limited time of sun, like months-wise or weeks-wise with the sun.
Yeah.
Is there another vitamin or hormone D that they would, I guess, supplement for until they get that sunlight? Does that make sense?
Yeah, the same one. If they can find a vegan source of vitamin D, and then you have foods that also have vitamin D. You have herbs that have vitamin D. So moringa is a good source of hormone D. Mullein leaf is a good source of vitamin D. Um, mushrooms, your oyster, your portobello, your chanterelles, um, except for most mushrooms, right? But they have good source of vitamin D as well. All right, so that's just to name a few. Alfalfa leaf has vitamin D. You see, sea moss. So these are supplements that you can take naturally and you can eat, to get hormone D, but also take a supplement. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, just make sure. The reason why I stress make sure it's like a vegan capsule is because your body can readily absorb it. You see, so that's why I stress that. But at the end of the day, do what you have to do, because I know it's just because you live in Alaska or Antarctica, that don't mean you don't need vitamin D or hormone D. You understand what I'm saying? You still need it. You just gotta find a source to supplement it with. You see. All right, and that's another thing I want to say too. If y'all had questions, just let me know. Raise your hand, and I'll answer. You don't have to. You don't listen to everything I say all the time. And if y'all out there too, if y'all got questions, y'all feel free to let me know, or like sister, let me know, and then I can answer on there as well too. All right. So that's just secular. That's sunlight. All right. Sunlight, very important. Your third healer. This gonna make sense because it's like, duh, when this gonna come? I call it living. All right. So-called diet. So-called diet. But I call it living. Why? It's just in the word, right? We want to eat foods that are living. That's the problem now. We always going on a diet and we dying. You see? So we want, and yeah, it's all in the words. Words mean a lot. You're gonna see. But you want to have a balanced living, meaning you want to eat whole foods, real foods. What is food? What do we know as food? Some of the students, she might know food. What is food? Anybody know what food is? Okay, what is food? Anybody know what food is? How many? You see what I'm saying? No one asks like, oh, wait a minute, what the hell is food?
Yeah,
you see what I'm
It's a
saying?
trick question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think I'm gonna say something deep, but I'm really not. I want to know what the hell is food. We don't know what food is.
What we eat. That's what we eat.
That's what we eat. We don't know.
Nourishes the
Like,
body.
right. So I'm gonna give you the definition of food. I get this all the time. Don't worry. I do this all the time. I always ask, what is food? I don't know what the hell is food. Is he asking me like, what do you mean? So food, let me give you the definition of food. It's not even deep. Any nutritious substance that maintains life and growth of plants, animals, and humans. I'll say it again. Food is any nutritious substance that maintains the life and growth of animals, plants, and humans. Okay? Now we see plants they grow because they must be getting proper food, right? Animals, they usually don't get sick because they're eating the proper food and they know when to eat, right? But humans, we must be eating food. Why? We got high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, sickle cell. We got all these different diseases. So whatever we eating is not maintaining life and growth. So it's safe to say that we ain't eating food. We eating a bunch of hormones, steroids, and sugar, but a bunch of chemicals put together, and they say, "Oh, this is food." But the reality of it is, it can't be food. Because according to the Bible, I am religious, but at the end of the day, I see what it says that you were given 120 years as a human. Now, we think, well, that man lived a good life. I'm more than 75 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he was still a baby. According to the life we were supposed to be given, right? You only live half a life. You didn't really live a long time. You see? So we got to get back to eating whole foods again. Once we get back to eating whole foods, you can prolong your life. Your body, at least preserve your body better. Because think about it. African people, melanated people, we don't have the best diet, but we still be looking good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just because you have that melanin already on you that's going to preserve you regardless. I just think if you put proper living with that, you be looking like the little young girl right here. How are you at, girl? I'm 57. What you talking about? You see what I'm saying? So that's how we supposed to be looking. Because what? We have a gene of God in us. You understand what I'm saying? So we already can prolong our life. We're always given that. But you cut it short because you violate nature. And we the only ones who do it. Humans, right? Like I said, what? Animals don't get sick in nature until they get domesticated. Then they get domesticated. Then you know your dog gets sick, right? You're giving them turkey neck and red rice and beans and butter beans. You give them what you eat. You scrape them everything off what you eat. He eating what you eat. Now the damn dog got high blood pressure. How the hell the dog got high blood pressure? You see what I'm saying? But one thing the dog could do, and we all know, don't act like I'm the only ghetto one in here. We know what ghetto dogs do when they get sick. What they do, y'all? They go out and eat the grass. So how does this dog know that, you know what, they crazy? These people crazy. Let me go back to what I do. So the dog go out and eat plants. You see? But when we get sick, what we do? We go to a white doctor to get a white pill and think it's going to heal your black ass. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work.
That ain't gonna work.
Excuse me, no, I get loose every now and then. All right? That ain't going to happen like that. So you got to do the same thing. You going to have to return back to nature. You might got to learn from the dog. You understand what I'm saying? So foods that we got to be whole foods. Vegetables, fruits, natural greens. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to stop here, but I'm going to go back to food. I'm going to add back on to foods, but we're going to eat whole foods right now. And then I'm going to go back to it. So this is like our little intermission right here. You understand? So this is how we do it. We let women and children eat. Well, get things stirred first. Working men. You want to work, don't eat.
That's right.
So that's how I go. But elders first. So I apologize because we do have elders in the room. You know. So elders, women and children, working men, and then some other niggas, they whatever left. You know what I'm saying? That's what they get. That's how we do that. Okay? So this quick intermission. I hope we're gonna take a quick intermission. And so what we got served in though is we do have a soup. It's a kamut and quinoa soup with just mixed vegetables, mushrooms, and then and of course seasoning, of course. We got some fried oyster mushrooms that are prepared by Sister Cheryl, Vibrant Alkaline. And then we got a green salad, romaine salad, right? Just to give some green, give some life, right? And then we also have the beverage, we have hibiscus tea, all right, also prepared by Sister Renee. And so take your time, enjoy yourself, get you some food. Okay, the hand sanitizer right there, whatnot, and make a line and enjoy yourself, and then we'll go back into it on food. But I'll give you a little second, but then I'll kind of go back and start talking again. As you may still be eating, fine, no worry, all right? So that's how we go do it, all right? So take your time, y'all know the order.
He's an elder.
Hey, that's the elder. He's older.
Do you want to answer some online questions?
Yeah, sure.
So the first one is alkaline water the same as regular water?
No, I don't know what regular water is, but it's not the same. And when we're talking about alkaline, we're talking about pH levels, right, or potential hydrogen. Okay, so alkaline water is going to be anything from 7.25, anything over 7. 7 would be neutral. Okay, so anything over 7 would be considered alkaline, right? Alkaline water. So technically, you can find spring water that's over 7, and it's still alkaline. You understand what I'm saying? So it's still alkaline water. So honestly, like sometimes, like, when the whole alkaline craze thing came and all of that, right? Not to call it a craze because we needed it. But what I mean is, it took a turn where it got gimmicky. Where we said, oh, this is alkaline water, and then this is spring water. But what they never tell you is alkaline water, anything like you be seeing these 9.5, and that's not natural. All right, alkaline nature doesn't make a 9.5, 10.0, water. Okay, so it's still going to be in the 7.6, 8 tops. Anything over that is made from a machine now, right? So alkaline water kind of took a little gimmicky turn. All right, out of machine. If you drinking alkaline water out of machine, what's going to happen is if you drink alkaline, not saying that it ain't good for you, just saying that you got to drink that water for that day. You got to drink all that water that day. Because what's going to happen is going to act like a soda. You know how you get a bottle of soda or something like that, you open it, you drink it, close it, open it, you keep repeating doing that, then the soda starts to get flat. Well, alkaline water will do the same thing. It'll lose its alkalinity if it's coming out of a machine. You understand what I'm saying? So alkaline water is best, but spring water is still alkaline water. All right, so don't get caught up in the whole alkaline and what's this now. Water, no water is equal. I'm not gonna tell you that. No water is equal. You have some trash waters out here, but if I had a choice, sure, I'm gonna drink alkaline water, but usually I drink spring water, natural spring water that is still alkaline. You understand? So alkaline just kind of became a word that just kind of got thrown around, and now we don't know what type of water to drink, and sometimes we get fanatical with alkalinity and things like that. So I hope that answered the question.
It's based on that question.
Go
What
ahead.
about like the little filters that people have in their homes?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about
So
that?
that's filtration system. Yeah, that's good. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it's not necessarily. You got these Cajun machines and all these different machines, right, to create alkaline water. What I'm saying is, if you are not, you have to drink it that day. You have to drink it fast. But if you don't, it's just going to drop in alkalinity. It's going to become flat. You understand? So that's what I mean. Another question on there, or what? There's another question on there.
Let's see.
That's what water I drink. Yeah, I drink Crystal Vine.
We don't have any water. Does K2 need to be taken with hormone D if a supplement is taken?
You can, but see, it's a hormone, so it's not say like it's not necessary because it's a hormone and not a mineral. If like K2 would be. So say you take you'd like to take your vitamins or these minerals like zinc or magnesium, calcium, all of these, then yeah, you do need the accompanying or counterpart mineral to go with it. Yes. So let's say people who take calcium pills, you need to also take a magnesium pill along with that, or you're going to be doing more harm to your body than natural, right? But vitamin D we got to keep in mind, it's not, don't think vitamin, think hormone. So you don't have to when it comes to vitamin D or hormone D. I don't want to confuse anybody, but I got to put it in its proper perspective that way so we don't get confused. But so no, you don't necessarily have to because it's not actually a vitamin. It's a hormone. But that's a good question. Any other ones on there? Yeah. That's it for now? Okay. Oh yeah, we take a little break.
Oh, COVID recovery, someone did ask what can they use for COVID recovery?
COVID recovery. So COVID recovery, you can take D, right? Pause. But pause. Let me say it again. Hormone D, right? You all taste. So we're gonna do that, right? So yeah, vitamin D again. We're gonna also. I like to take. I always suggest like it's a herb. It's a bark called cinchona bark. Cinchona bark is good because it has hydrochloroquine in it. Um, olive leaf. I like that olive leaf or the olive leaf extract. Either or is fine. Oil of oregano is a good one. Um, pine oil. Pine oil is another good one as well. And you can take pine oil, or you can get the regular pine straw right out your yard or something, and extract it and make the oil yourself. You know, it's real easy to do. So you can do that as well, or you can just make it into tea and drink it. That's fine. Um, but those would be my top choices. You know, as far as like because of its antiviral, antibacterial um, properties that it has. You know, and then a herb that would be for your respiratory system. So you can do anything like a herb called lobelia, or you can do mullein, elderflower. Horehound is a good one, especially because horehound helps cleanse the sinus cavity, and a lot of times you lose your sense of taste and smell. So taking horehound will give you back that smell, and give you back those senses. You understand? Taste and smell. I've had people that have, been months, without their smell and taste, and I can imagine that would drive you crazy. You know what I mean? But taking a horehound is something simple. Just taking a horehound, it just cleanses the back of your sinus cavity, and so your sinus cavity right here is how you're able to taste and smell. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You just like you get a regular common cold. Sometimes you lose your smell and your taste. You know what I'm saying? But that's because of the sinus cavity is clogged up. So that whole hand will help alleviate that, and you get your taste back and your smell.
Did everyone get something to drink? Did anyone want some water to drink?
Well, that's how I take a break myself. You sign in right here or check your name or something? No, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your name on it. Let's see. Who's Latoya Patterson?
Me.
All right, we'll check it.
Okay.
Yolanda S. No? Well, I appreciate that donation.
Oh, you said Saturday.
I'm gonna eat some of the food.
It was in the back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, those are mushrooms. Right.
Yes, right.
Oyster, I think it's oyster mushrooms.
Since everybody had to eat, that's what's happening.
Right, come on, this was just sampling earlier.
The less I got to take on. Eat.
Give me some water mushroom, that's good. I never had fried mushroom that tastes like this. It's real good.
Good. And so she got a I wonder if she got a brochure on that. Yeah.
No, but you got the hard.
Yeah, they got a website and she I bet you your name is no, that's your name. Hey.
Y'all like that?
No, you're right. I know you got no food, you might have some
That's
food.
last stop.
She have a plate?
Huh?
She have a plate?
No, but you can order online and she'll deliver to you. Yes.
And I think it's here now.
Yeah, I get you. Jim. All right, so I'm gonna keep going while y'all eating, right? So this would be what we would call whole foods, right? Or true soul food, right? Soul. You understand? Soul, S-O-L, which is another name of what? The sun, correct? All right, so that's real soul food, real soul food. You know what's something interesting? We soul people, right? I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. So you have in ancient Kemet, right? What they call the soul, they call it the ba. Let's do this here. I'm gonna write it. They called it the ba, B-A, ba, right? The soul. Now you also have the ab. The ab was the heart. So you got the ab, which is heart. And you got the ba, which is the soul. Now, we always said the ancients taught that the heart was the seat of the soul. All right. So now it's interesting. So we soul people, right? But it's interesting because what we eat nowadays, in our mind, we think we eat soul food. So we think we eating salted greens with ham hock in it, white rice, fried chicken, candy yams, sugar, and all that. We call that soul food, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We eating heart disease as black people. That makes sense? That what did that do? Was that kind of like? So we leading heart disease, but we soul people. Soul, we eat soul food. I think somebody playing a trick on us. Somebody played a trick on us. Now think about that when you get home, and then you can be like, "Oh shit, I got it." All right, that's going to happen. Now with eating eating in itself is going to go back to this too, right? When we talk about, remember, excuse me, circadian rhythm, right? There's even certain times that the organs in your body clock in to work, clock out to work. Okay? So since we eat food, we're going to talk about digestion real quick just to show. I'm going to give you the proper times that you should eat. Okay? So, the proper times you should eat. You should eat 12 to about 8 p.m. Noon, right? 12 to 8 p.m. should be when you start eating. Okay? This is the time when your digestive system actually cuts on. It's clocked into work. So it's going to work properly. All right? We call this time appropriation. This might be too small. I'm sorry, y'all. It's quite small. Can y'all see that back here? That's kind of small. Is that too small? But 12 to 8. All right, that's the time the digestive system cuts on. Okay, I can eat. After 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock tops, right? You don't want to eat after that time because your digestive system cuts off. All right? It don't care. It's not going to make any concessions for you. Maybe it will if you know, eating an apple or something. It may be like, you know what, I'm going to give them a break. You know what I mean? But not coming from the club and going to IHOP and Waffle House. It's not going to do it. It's going to kick it right to your colon. That's it. It ain't going to break nothing down for you. Because it's thinking like how you think. Go ahead.
Is it different for people that work like at night?
Nope.
Same.
It's still your circadian rhythm. It doesn't change for you. So during that time, you may want to drink water or do a fruit. Like I said, like if you do a little light fruit or something, it'll make a concession for you. But sitting there thinking you're going to eat dinner at 11, 12 o'clock, that ain't going to do it. It's not going to bring it down.
So if you're asleep during that time, like I guess you're working night shift or whatever, you're sleeping during that time, you should still drink water the time you're
Yeah,
up.
you should at least still drink some water or something like that. Right. Because your body, it thinks like you. It thinks like you. Thinking, I could pluck your eyebrow, one eyebrow and clone you and make you. Because you only composed of trillions of cells, which make what we call this human body, right? So whatever you think is your cells that's thinking it. So I'm gonna give you an example. You at work, you work late at night,
Yes, coworkers.
and your boss needs you to stay later and then you feel like staying a little late, working a little overtime, and something, and we gotta get this done. What you gonna say? I can't do it. I gotta go. But I gotta pick up a churn. I got whatever. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The cells of your digestive system said the same thing when you try to put McDonald's or Wendy's burger or whatever inside you after the time that they clock out. They ain't working overtime. Oh no, I can't do it. I know where they come by. I ain't doing it. You see? So whatever you think, that's what your digestive system think the same way. And they probably talk like you too. I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna do it. It'll kick it to the colon. Your colon, of course, acts like a trash compactor. It's gonna pack it down. But eventually, if you don't flush out the colon, then you're gonna be prone to more disease.
I got another question.
Go ahead, question.
So, for like fried food, is there like a certain flour we should use?
If you want to use flour, use chickpea flour, spelt flour. Those would be the best, more natural flours to use. You know, other than that, all the other flours are pretty much hybrids, man-made, no good. You see, nothing white gonna be good for you. All right. So white rice, white bread, white potato, white flour, white sugar, all of that ain't gonna be good for you. White salt. White salt, yeah, white salt too, that's right. You know, all of that is not gonna be good for you. So if it's white, it ain't right. That's the
my
reality.
favorite saying.
So that's the reality of it. So 12 to 8 is be the time that you should eat. Whatever time you choose, that's what you choose. But those are the times that you should eat before, shouldn't eat after. All right. So now, from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., we call this assimilation. Assimilation. This is the time when your body is utilizing the minerals and vitamins, etc., that you've been eating throughout the day. It's appropriated or it's assimilating everywhere where it needs to go. Sending your vitamins wherever it needs to go while you're sleeping, right? So understand when you go out of this rhythm, then you're knocking everything off. You see, you're overworking the body. You're overworking the digestive system when you're doing this. Okay? So this is the times when things are assimilated. So let it do what it needs to do. But normally we say, oh, I gotta eat, so it never gets a chance to break. It's like, yo, I gotta do this. Like, why are you doing that? I'm trying to do this. You know what I mean? So these are the times where everything is being broken down and assimilated, et cetera, right? So once all of that happened, when did you wake up in the morning? So let's say now you got 4 a.m. to 12, all right? 12. We call this process, this is the elimination process. So we said earlier, you know, when you wake up I don't know who wake up 4 in the morning, but just saying, see what I'm saying? But these are the times where your body is eliminated. So this is why you're usually going to wake up in the morning and your body is discarding what it didn't need from the food, right? But your food, at the end of the day, your body doesn't care. It doesn't need the solid food. It just needs the minerals. And all it's doing is extracting minerals from it and kicking it into the bloodstream. The bloodstream takes it to its respected area. Keep like a well-oiled machine, right? So this is the time we call this elimination process. So anytime so you should be eliminated, not 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, rushing to work and stopping at Dunkin' Donut and going to get you a bacon, egg, and chicken biscuit and whatever else. You see what I'm saying? So it's because your digestive system is what? It's It's not even awake. It's not open. It's not, listen, I ain't working. You see? So I say that to say if you follow this particular circadian rhythm or this particular eating pattern, you will also still help yourself to optimum health, well-being, and better digestion. All right?
Leading to weight loss.
Huh? Absolutely weight loss. Because you won't be full of shit. You understand? People full of shit. Most of them would just be full of shit. You see what I'm saying? I say it this way because we have to understand, like, and I'm talking about literally. But figuratively too.
Right.
But at the same time, but it could be figuratively, we just be full of feces. You understand what I'm saying? And it's simply because we're eating out of nature. We eat out of the time that our bodies are clocking in and out. You understand what I'm saying? So we get back to that. You're going to eliminate more. You're going to have more energy. You understand? You're going to lose weight. You're going to lose that excess waste out of your body by simply following this. And adding more whole foods to your body, to your living. Right? You got a question?
Oh, what was the name of each time state again? It was like this elimination, something else.
Oh, assimilation. You got assimilation. So you got appropriation, you got assimilation, and then you got elimination. All right? All right, then elimination. All right. If you can stick to that, you'll be in the right path as well. All right. You won't be talking about weight loss and all because it's just going to naturally. It'll be effortless. You see, it'll be effortless without you having to do all these diet plans and this plan and this plan. You know what I'm saying? No, just if you stick to a particular order of things in nature, you won't have no issue. Because we the only ones that don't do that. Animals, like you said, they only eat when they're hungry. We don't know when we're hungry. Half the time, we just
eat.
Yeah, we just eat. You might have been thirsty. Most of the time, we might have been thirsty. We needed to drink water. Instead, we I might need a sandwich or something like You had a question?
Yeah, I heard a lot about eating fiber, like fiber and so forth. But another topic that came out was magnesium will be truly to help us.
So it will help. I mean, magnesium, yeah, it's going to help. But see, it can get dangerous because, like we said earlier, and I think it was a question asked like that. But if you taking magnesium, then you need to have an accompanying mineral to go with that, or it's going to be more detrimental to your health than anything, right? Because it's one thing, like you don't want to take a laxative, like that's real vigorous on your digestive system. It's real, you know what I mean? It's going in and it's being a little bit more aggressive than it needs to be. All right, so if you're doing the magnesium, but you want to make sure you're taking the calcium to balance that out.
Well, aren't there certain fruits that have natural magnesium?
Absolutely.
That's better to.
Yes. So that's why I like apples. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eating apples, dates. You understand what I'm saying? Papaya with the seeds. Eat the seeds, the papaya seeds as well. So not only it's going to be good for the digestive enzymes, but the seeds is also going to help with killing off any parasites that's in your digestive tract too.
You said do eat the seeds.
Yeah, eat the seeds too. They bitter, but bitter is good. You need bitter, right? So bitters Bitter foods help activate the digestive enzymes in the body and the acids to help break down your food. So you want to drink bitter tea. You want to eat bitter herbs or bitter foods. That's one thing we don't do here in the West. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of us have the obesity issue here in the West because everything is just sweet and salty.
Right.
We don't do spicy. We don't do bitter. So we don't have a balanced palate. That's it. I just want something sweet and I want some salty. That's it.
So is spicy okay for us?
Spicy is good because spicy helps with circulation. Spicy helps with circulation, helps with the cardiovascular system. So cayenne pepper, African bird pepper, getting these spices in you. And it don't have to be crazy spicy, but you want to make sure you're getting some spice in your life.
Right.
In more ways than one, right?
You on a roll.
You know what I mean? You had a question.
Yeah, when you said about bitter, bitter, actually take bitter.
Yeah, so bitters. So you got wormwood. Wormwood is a bitter. Wholehound is a bitter. But so bitters is good not only just digestion, but it also helps with respiratory health. So it also helps expand your lungs. So that's another thing that you want to incorporate is bitter, especially in this time too, because it's going to help open your lungs up more too to get more air, more oxygen. You know what I mean? But wormwood, hawthorn, protegiosa, bitter millet or cerasee. Man, there's so many different bitters that you could do. But those bitters are going to help with digestion and it's going to help with your respiratory health as well. All right. So the fourth, right? The fourth healer is the breath, breathing. You don't breathe, you're gonna die. That's common sense, right? But we may not know how to breathe. So the breath is very important. Why? Because I just said it. If you don't breathe, you're gonna die. You are gonna go dead. You see what I'm saying? But the breath, spirit, that's the same. That's synonymous. The Creator breathed what? The breath of life in you, right? And you became a living soul, right? That's what it said, right? So the breath is very important. You see? But the thing is, we may not know how to breathe. And the breath, more than any time, it's always important, right? Every second of it. But right now, we kind of, these last years, so we realized how precious breath and breathing was, didn't we? It was taken from us. It was almost taken from us. It's like, damn, wait a minute. I didn't even realize breathing was this important. Like, what you mean you realize breathing was this important? So breathing. So we're gonna give some quick breathing exercises that you can do to relieve stress, to open up creative centers. All right. So sit up straight in the chair. Y'all can do it at home too. Sit up straight in your chairs. So how you breathe, Kent? Because you talking about I don't know how to breathe. You talking about I don't know how to breathe. I'm breathing now. Some of y'all ain't breathing right. How do I know this? Because I can see he's moving. If too much shoulder movement and too much of this movement, you're not breathing right. You should be breathing from what we call a diaphragm or the solar plexus. your inner sun. You should be breathing from here. So if your stomach, when you inhale, is not poking out, and if it's not being sucked in as you exhale, you're not breathing right. So that is how you breathe. You breathe through here. So what y'all can do to practice as well is put your hand over your stomach. So that way it'll ensure you that you breathe correctly. Now mama looking like all my life. And this young man gonna tell me I ain't breathing right all the time. You see? Because the oxygen, this why people probably fool up out here. Now we in Charleston, y'all, so fool up, that might you know what I mean, right? But if you're not getting enough oxygen, then you must be not getting enough oxygen to your brain. That means you're not even thinking properly. You see? Then you may not have the energy that you need because the circulation is not going through properly. Because you need that oxygen, right? Because that oxygen is going to carry that your blood, your red blood cells, and all to feed your body. You need it, right? So you're gonna sit up straight in the chair. First exercise we're gonna do is relearn how to breathe, right? So you can put your hand over your stomach if you need to, right? So your hands should be moving out. Simple. You can even close your eyes if you want to even concentrate on that breath. But I just want us to just take it in and just breathe. Because think about it. You don't think about breathing. You think about breathing, you just do it, don't you? That's a gift in itself, right?
That's true.
But we take that gift for granted because we always move. Why I gotta go to work? I gotta do this. I gotta do this. You ain't breathing. Hey, keep still. Stop. Breathe. Just breathe for a second. You know what I'm saying? We always on somebody else's time, but we don't even think about the simplest things. Breath. And they ain't gonna care. What happened? Why you ain't gonna work? Nigga, them fall out, pass out, and die because he wasn't breathing. All right, get somebody else in here. I ain't got time for this.
That's it.
So you think they gonna care, you know what I'm saying, after you drop out because you ain't breathing, but you trying to get to their job, you know? So let's take our time. We're just gonna take 9 breaths. 9 deep breaths and exhale, okay? So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna do it together. You're gonna like it, trust me. All right, let's begin. Well, I hope you already begin, right? But we're gonna start now, okay? Go. Good. Ain't nobody snoring. It's a good thing, I guess. Everybody was tired. So every morning, especially those, because some of y'all wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Go outside. I know it'd be cold, but go outside, okay? And take 9 deep breaths. The oxygen is clear, the air is clear and cleaner around that time. There's not a lot of cars on the road, not a small, so that everything is renewed, it's clean. So that'd be a good time to get that stale air out of your lungs and renew your lungs. If you wake, because some of y'all said y'all wake up that early in the morning anyway, go outside. sit on the porch on your porch or something real quick and just get clean air in your lungs. Okay, that's one quick breathing exercise that you can do. Okay, that's going to revitalize the cells of your body, the blood cells of your body. It's going to give you a lot of energy. It's going to open your mind, well, your brain centers, all right? It's going to open you up. It's going to start your day. Try it. Don't believe me, just try it. See how you feel. You're going to feel better throughout the day. And guess what? Middle of the day or whatnot, and you feel like, because you're already at work now, people getting on your nerve, and this one will talk about what's going on, and I ain't care about that, this and that. Just separate real quick, and just breathe and reset. Reset again, do it again. And then you can get throughout your day again. Because you took that time for yourself just to breathe. And not only when you breathe, do you understand you were making that connection with spirit, God, nature, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Yahweh, whatever name you call, it doesn't make a difference to me, right? But you're making that connection with the divine by simply being mindful of breath. We said, well, the Hindus, they called it yoga. Yoga. It means to yoke, to bring something together. In our culture, and we call it smai, S-M-A-I, smai. That meant union. Union of what? Union of the mind, spirit, body, and soul. Yoking these as oneness. And we call that health. That's true health. Because the root word of health is what? Heal, right? When we look up the word heal, it comes from the word helan, which means to make whole. So that is true health when we are bringing all these faculties within our being, 9 principles of our being, and make it into one. That is what we call health, or perfect health, when you're aligned. All right? There's no separation. There's no mind on this level, then the body on this level, and then et cetera, et cetera. No. It's all interwoven and meshed together. There's no real separation of it. Just different vibrations and different frequencies of the vibration, right? Some are vibrating higher than others, your body being vibrating the lowest or the slowest, so we appear solid, right? But all that is bringing it together by way of breath. That's why breath is so important. That makes sense, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
That was deep.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. So breath, very important. 5, the 5th healer. We don't like it, but he up in there. He don't care what you say. Exercise.
How I know everything.
Oh, exercise.
I knew that was coming next.
I don't even know how to spell exercise. I think that's right. I don't know. You know the words that just look like it ain't right?
Yeah,
What's
that's wrong.
number 3?
Number 3? Number 3 is liberty or food, diet. Food. Okay. Exercise. If you don't got movement, You know this phrase, right? You don't use it, you lose it, right? Well, exercise is needed because one is going to help with circulation in the blood. It helps promote sweating, perspiration, perspire. They go that word again. We don't know it. Spire, spira. That's spirit too. But anyway, so you have to sweat. You know, you get people that say, well, I don't like sweat. Yeah, sweat. What you mean you don't like the sweat? Like, this is when you got glands. This is how you get toxins out of your body quicker. This is what's going to keep your immune system strong too. Exercise. Because it's going to promote sweating and it's going to eliminate toxins out of the body. Even if you just do a walk, a brisk walk, you know, jog if you can, but a walk is good. Walk is good. But you just want to promote sweat. You want to promote because it's going to help eliminate toxins. Okay? The waist side of the body. It's going to make your muscle more dense, more stronger, right? You know, everybody here ain't got to add a, yo, so what you know what I'm saying? But you want to have, you know what I mean? You got to have strength. You got to exercise like your life depends on it. Because it do. What if you hanging off a cliff and you ain't got the strength just to pull yourself up? Simple things that we take for granted. But you don't exercise, so you know what I mean? Or what if you got to be the one to pull somebody up from somewhere? But you ain't had the strength because you didn't exercise. You don't exercise, you know? It helps with your joints. A lot of people, you got the arthritis and this and that, but you're not well oiled because you don't movement. If you don't move it, then you become stiff. So I ain't saying you got to be a triathlete. What do you call it? What's the guy name that he ain't a guy no more? But it was
Bruce. Oh, Chris.
Bruce.
Oh, that Chris is
Yeah, but you ain't gonna be. No, don't be him. Don't be a Bruce.
Don't be a
But
Bruce.
don't you know what I mean? At one point in time it was Olympics, but nobody saying you gotta be an Olympic athlete. You know, but you gotta get out there. You gotta sweat. You gotta move. You gotta have some type of movement. You know, it's very important. Circulation, remove of toxins. It relieves stress. Use it to relieve stress. Jump rope. Do whatever you choose to do to move. Do it. Sit-ups, push-ups, whatever. But you have to move. No? That's what's going to also keep you younger. That's going to slow up the aging process. You see? So what makes the aging process go? You have on the end of your chromosome, you have what is called telomeres. All right? Telomeres. I'll spell it. This marker ain't getting good. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. But it's called telomeres, and they're at the end of each of the tips of your chromosome. That's what actually protects your chromosome from aging faster or decaying faster. It's elastic. As these telomeres lose this elasticity, that's it, right? Elasticity. That is where the aging comes into play. So you want it to be more elastic. Now, women have more they have more telomeres than us, right? Y'all got 8, then we got 7, right? Because, right, you see here, XX, right? Women. So you got a telomere on each point. Whereas men, we only got on each point. So we got one less than them. That's usually why women tend to live longer than men anyway. Not to mention we do crazier stuff than y'all, but you know, naturally, you know, if a man is not taking care of himself, etc., then the woman still will outlive him. You know what I mean? Not saying that a man can't live longer, because if he's taking care of himself and doing the right things, he still can. You understand? So, but exercising, moving around, that is what is going to help also slow down this aging process as well. You see? Longevity. So get out there and move around to your best ability. If you're just doing walking, you know, jogging, jump rope, you know, you want to do your push-ups and sit-ups or some type of core activity, you know, take your time and do it to the best of your ability. Like I said, you don't have to be no, you know, Olympic athlete or nothing like that. And please don't look at Instagram for the inspiration, because you're like, I can't do that stuff. I can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Don't do yourself some justice. Don't look at that stuff. If you don't want to do that. Do basic things that's just going to help promote a good heart rate, sweat, circulation, lubrication, so you don't be stiff. You see? Good. And the last healer, we made it. We made it, y'all. I know y'all tired of it. But the last healer, it's kind of twofold, threefold in a sense, depending on who receives this, right? It could be relaxation.
Relaxation, like meditation.
There you go. So relaxation, meditation,
Education.
prayer. Prayer.
Fasting.
Okay? We can put fasting in that too. All right? Whatever one makes the sense. They kind of be synonymous in my mind. They already kind of intertwine together. But you got to relax. Learn how to relax. You need it for your nervous system. You can't always be like this. You have two forms of your but you have your sympathetic nervous system, and then you have the parasympathetic nervous system, all right? Your sympathetic nervous system, that's what we call the fight or flight, right? You heard of that before, yeah? Fight or flight. That's the action. It's movement, action, right? Parasympathetic is the relaxation of your nervous system, okay? What you don't want is to always have your sympathetic nervous system always in a state of fight or flight. You do not want to be that. That's where you're going to have a stroke, or you're going to have a heart attack. You're going to have cortisol constantly, what they call a stress hormone, which is constantly floating around in your bloodstream. And you're going to end up with a fatty liver. You understand? So stress can kill you. Simply because you don't know how to relax. And relaxing don't necessarily mean I gotta go on an exotic island and none of that. It just means sit your ass down and don't do nothing. There's nothing wrong with not doing something all the time. That's it. You see? It's okay if you don't do nothing today. You don't beat yourself up. But that's what is needed for your nervous system. You have to do that. meditation because you want to be still. Sometimes we have messages coming to us that we block out because we don't keep still. Or prayer, right? But there's a difference. Prayer is talking to God. A meditation is listening to God or the Creator or whatever. Like I said, whatever name you want to give it, right? So sometimes you can't talk all the time. You got to shut up sometimes. You understand? I doing all this praying and he still ain't talking to me yet. But you talking too much. He probably looking at you. You probably talking too much. Shut up. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? Man, I went too far, right? But you have to learn how to listen too. So meditation is good. The bird might tell you the message. The cat might tell you the message. The water might tell you the message. The air might tell you the message. But you got to be still in order to get and receive the message. All of that comes with relaxation and concentration. Some say, oh man, it's kind of hard for me to meditate. I sit there and meditate and then I start fidgeting and all that. That's okay. Just reset. That's what the breathing exercise is for. You focus on your breath. Easy way to meditate. Breathe. Focus on your breath. When you close your eyes, look into the darkness or the back of your eyelids, right? But look into the darkness. If you concentrate on those two, breathing and looking into the darkness, then you will be able to meditate longer. You'll notice that you'll be able to meditate longer periods of time. But even if you meditate for 5 minutes, it's okay. You'll get better. The more you practice, the more you'll get better at it. It's fine. But the actual object and the key is that you want to relax. You want to do it for your nervous system. If your nervous system is out of whack, guess what? Everything is out of whack. This is where most of the root of autoimmune diseases are coming from. The nervous system, immune system. But if your nervous system is misfiring and not giving the right signals because it's haywire, but then that means what? Your immune system or these white blood cells or macrophages are doing what they want to do. And now they're just eating up everything because the nervous system tells, hey, eat that. Don't eat that. Eat, oh, that's bacteria. That ain't supposed to be here. Eat that. Right? But if it's not getting the right signals, then guess what? Your immune system becomes on autopilot. Oh, they call it autoimmune. So now it's just eating up everything. And now you're saying, oh, you got arthritis, rheumatoid. All of that is autoimmune. Because your immune system is not getting the proper messages that it needs. And a lot of times just come from lack of relaxation. And now the lack of relaxation has turned into something even more detrimental to you. You see? So learn to relax. Learn to meditate. Pray. You know? There's nothing wrong with prayer. Some divine religious, that's fine. Pray to your ancestors. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You know? But you got to make a connection with the divine you. The real you. You understand? You think this is you? This is just physical. You know what I mean? That's all it is. You're going to go to sleep at night. You're going to put this to rest tonight. You still going to be moving. So you know you got to be something more than this. You see? So that's all I'm saying, y'all. So these are the 6 healers. The 6 natural healers to your life. And if you follow these healers and listen to these healers and listen to these healers, you will be on your way to making yourself whole again, healing yourself. That makes sense?
Yes.
Y'all got questions? Yeah, go ahead.
So, would you say meditation and like manifestation is like the same?
Yeah, because you have to meditate to bring things into fruition. You see, because it starts in the mind first, right? So you have to shape and mold what it is you want, but you have to see it first. You see, this is why you literally are unlimited in thought and unlimited in what it is that you want to do. It's just mastering how to shape and mold and bring this into fruition or fruit. You bearing fruit. I don't like to say manifest because it's man infesting. You understand? So we say fruition because we want to bear fruit, but it starts with the seed or etheric seed or spiritual seed, right? That you plant in your brain and it grows out. You see it, you can do it. Now you just physically just catching up to it. You already thought. The thought was already there. You already got it. Sometimes we don't have the patience. You know what I mean? But you got to remember when we talk about the different density levels of the mind, the spirit, the body, soul. The body is the slowest. So it's going to take a little bit of time to catch up to the mind.
So you exercise the mind.
That's it. So not only exercise your body correct, you exercise your mind. Or exercise, like an exorcist, right? You bringing it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's all it is. So yeah, definitely the meditation is what you need to bring into whatever it is you want to bring into existence. You can do that. There's nothing you can't do. You literally can do whatever it is that you want to do. And no one can tell you can't do it. All things are possible. All things. That's such a simple statement, but all things. You are within all. All is, I am. That's what we say, right? All is, I am. So all is all. Like you can't take from all, you can't give to all. Well, it wouldn't be all. It's all. You are part of that. It's only when you start thinking you outside of all is where the mistakes start happening. You think you are an individual. There's no individuals. There's no even individuals in this room right now. Why? Because it's your mind. It's you. I'm a projection of you right now. That's all it is. You talking to you. I ain't gonna get you. Y'all don't get me. You're about to get me. You know what I'm saying?
We got
But y'all looking at y'all right now. You know what I mean? It's just a reflection. I ain't smarter than y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all looking at y'all right now. Everybody you are a center of your existence, yes. Everybody, we all in the center of our own existence. We are our own sun in our own existence. Everything you see is just a reflection of you. That's all it is. You got a question?
Oh, no.
Okay. You just scratch it?
Yeah.
I ain't see that. But that's all it is. So yeah, that's why it's important to meditate. Because that's also going to help you with your mental health, but it's also going to help with your physical health. Because if you really want to stay focused on these, you're going to need this. You're going to need the mental power to do it. I don't want to say discipline. And discipline, you could do it. You don't need discipline to do this stuff. Because you could just do it. Discipline is what is that? An alcoholic gets up and drinks liquor every day. That's discipline. You understand what I'm saying? So what is this discipline thing? That's an excuse. Boy, you gotta be disciplined to eat like that. No, you don't. Let's get the damn apple and eat the apple. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need discipline to do this stuff. That's it. So that's a good question. Any other questions? I don't know if there's any questions on there. Is there questions on there?
What are your views on natural juicing or making smoothies in the morning as well as herbal teas?
That's beautiful. That's good. So juicing is excellent. It's better than, of course, eating, solid food. That's what I'm looking for. It's better than eating solid food, especially in the morning. So, drinking your tea in the morning. First thing first, of course, is water. So that's what I usually do. I drink my water first in the morning. I take my tea, and then I'll have me a juice or a shot of like a ginger shot or like a kale, apple ginger juice, and that'll be what I do to start my morning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's good. Juicing is good because it also gives your digestive system a break and it wakes it up gently. You know,
Right.
you don't want to wake up in the morning and got to run like, oh, I'm late for work. I gotta, you know what I mean? No, you want to get up. You know what I mean? Get yourself straight. You know what I mean? Look at the mirror before you leave. That's what your digestive system want to do. I mean, I guess I don't know if it really want to do that, but I'm just saying, it wants to be gently woken. So juicing, drinking water, drinking your herbal tea, those are the best ways, to start your day. You know what I mean? But
Another question is, how important is fasting?
fasting is very important because you are giving your body, once again, fasting to the body is a reward. It's a vacation. You see? Because you are saying, okay, chill, man. You just chill out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to work. You're going to drink your water while you fast or something, drink your herbal teas while you fast. And they're different type of fasting, right? But you're giving your body a break, a reward, a vacation from continuously working.
So how long would your normal fast be?
Fasting could a good fast for beginners would be fasting for the first 3 days of every month. If you can fast for the first 3 days of every month, that's good. If you can go longer, that's better. All right. But fasting for 3 days has already scientifically been shown to reboost and rebuild your immune system. Right? Going longer periods without food, you will take your body into what is called autophagy. And what autophagy is when your body starts to eat itself, but what it's starting to eat is tumors, cancer cells, viruses, bacteria, these things that's in your body that probably didn't know was there, but your body will get to eat these things up because it's getting to clean it up because you were able to not eat, right? So we call that autophagy, right? So that's also cleanses your cellular waste out of the body too. Because if you don't cleanse cellular waste, what we call that chelation, right? Or chelating, right? So if you are not cleansing the cellular waste out of your cells, then your cell is going to start to degenerate, right? And then that's also going to start the aging process. But it also is going to make your cells reproduce more quicker and multiply more faster. We call that what? Cancer. You see? So fasting is great for the body. I recommend everybody fast if you can, just at least the first 3 days of the month, or if you can go longer for a week, 2 weeks, that's good. You know what I mean? But you definitely want to reward your body by abstaining from eating solid foods all the time. We think we gotta eat all the time, but we addicted to food. Well, we addicted to what we think is food. We already learned that. We're not really eating food, but we addicted to the chemicals and the drugs and these hormones and these steroids that's in this what they call it food. And so you constantly want to eat, but it's not that you want to eat. You just want that drug. You want that quick fix. That's what you want. That's why you get irritable when you don't eat. That ain't the food. It's the drugs. See?
So with the fasting, we should just do the water and the herbs.
Water and herbs is good for the first 3 days.
Establish the period also like for detox.
You will be detox. You will be detoxing. You know, so all that is kind of synonymous. So you will be detoxing. Huh?
You can't eat anything?
If you want to, you can. If you want to, you can. Don't beat me up now. If you want to, you can eat. Oh, we out here. He had me until he said that. You know what I'm saying? You know. But even if you want to do that form of fast, go through the day. No, go through the day with just tea, water. You can do your juice or whatever. No solid foods. And then when the sun starts up, when the sun appears to set, go ahead and eat your a salad or some fruit or something to break fast. So that will still be a fast, for that 12 hours of that day. You ain't fasting for 24 hours. We think it's 24 hours in a day. That's why we're saying that, right? It's only 12 hours in a day. You know what I mean? So you could do that way too. But what you want to do, you just don't want to make sure that you go all the way throughout and then you end it with a heavy meal. You don't want to do that. You're going to make yourself sick. Right?
So why he says 12 hours in a day?
12 hours in a day. Because it's 6 to 6. 6 to 6. 12 hours in a day. All they do, they tell you 24 hours and they don't want you to think that they done took your whole day from you. You know what I mean? But it really has got you working. Then you know what? How much you sell? The mark of the beast too, right? Mark of the beast. It's quote unquote, right? Because you have what? 60 seconds in a minute, right? How you can have 60 seconds in a minute? What happened to the first? Where's the first? They say it's second. How can a second be first? So you should. Time is an illusion.
Big facts.
Correct.
So they got seconds, 60 seconds in a minute. Minute means first. How? What happened to the first? So you should be living by moments. All right? So they got 60 seconds in 1 minute. Right? And they got 60 minutes, or what they say, in an hour or something like that?
30 minutes.
So 60 seconds is a minute. And then you got 24 hours in a day. So 6 plus 0 is what? 6. 6 plus 0 is 6. What? 2 plus 4 is what? 6. You got 6, 6, 6 right there. So time is just merely, they're using their time to control you. They got you off natural time.
Right.
You explain the 666 thing again?
666 thing again?
Yeah.
So it's 60 seconds in a minute.
Okay.
60 minutes in an hour. So that's 6 plus 0 is 6, right? And then 6 plus 0 is 6. And then you have what they're saying, 24 hours in a day. 2 plus 4 is what? 6. So you got 3 6s right there.
Gotcha.
So they're controlling you. But time is merely now. Time is the moment. You should live in the moment. You know? So time is just a confirmation of existence. Time is now. It exists now. It's now. It don't stop. It don't go back. It don't jump forward. It just is. But they use that time to control you and it just keep you going around in a circle, right? Because that's how y'all got me on this, right?
It always.
They're all linked. But if you get back to your circadian rhythm, you'll be in natural order of time. You see? So that's all it is. But they just using that time. So it's only 12 hours in a day. You know what I mean? It's never been 24 hours in a day. They just got you there because they don't want you to find out that you've been working all your life for them.
Yeah.
24
You working 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours because you working 8 hours of that 12 hours. Then you got 4 hours for yourself.
And that's how it
That's what I
always
feel.
feels.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why it feels like it's never enough time because they got you thinking that 24 hours is not 24 hours.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
So that's how that is. You know? Any other questions on the virtual?
Nope.
Y'all ain't want to talk to me? No, okay. All right. But those are 6 healers. I appreciate y'all coming. Next month, we do this once a month, right? We have classes once a month on different topics. I'll think of a topic and this is what it's going to be, right? I'll usually just come from whatever comes in my heart, comes in my mind. I say, oh, people need to know about this. And that's how I choose a topic for class. If y'all have any suggestions, feel free to always let me know. I want to know about this. Can you teach about this? And I'm okay with that too, all right? But I appreciate y'all coming, and I appreciate y'all should appreciate yourselves for coming. You understand? Because y'all could have been anywhere else in the planet, but y'all chose to come here because y'all care about yourselves, and that's where self-love comes into place. You know what I mean? So this is the new year. This is the new you, but for real though. All right. All right, so I love y'all, man. I'm going to shut it down. So that's what it is. I appreciate y'all online for joining us too. I don't leave y'all out. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all on there as well.
So how we gonna know when the next class is?
Say it where you find out first. How you find out first? How you find out?
I just walked in the door yesterday.
Oh, give me some pounds. But I ain't know. But yeah, so we do it once a month, but we do advertise on the website,
Oh yeah, okay.
on social media, on the Google business page, you know. So those are different ways you can find out when the next class gonna be. All right, so I appreciate y'all. Y'all ain't gotta leave. That's anybody else say. As long as you stay there, I'm gonna put you to work. All right, look.
Is the store open?
That's what, man, who you with? What's your name? Elena? Okay, nice.
Y'all drive safe. Have a good night.
I appreciate it.
That tree,
They always do that.
it mess up big time.
The store open? Is the store open?
Yeah, y'all good.
The cream had me so.
Cowboy.